Hi, parents. This is Michelle Marchison. Students in the past have called me Miss M because my last name is so hard, but at Bynum they're calling me Miss Michelle. So I don't mind if it's Miss Michelle or Miss M. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself so you know what kind of teacher you have in your child's classroom. I've been in education about 19 years. I have mostly taught special education. I did do a year at a private school in kindergarten. And I've also taught about every setting and age level that you can think of in special education. I've done PPCD, which is pre-K, um, all the way up to a transition program for 18 to 22-year-olds, getting them out and helping them find employment and doing some different life skills and everything in between. I've done the life skills classroom, I've done a resource classroom, and I've also been a person who pushed in, which was called co-teach in the high school levels and also in 3rd and 4th grade. So I do have a lot of experience with special needs children. I'm also an educational diagnostician. I did that for about 8 years. If you didn't know what that is a person who can diagnose disabilities. And I'm also very up on the law and how to interpret the law at state and federal levels. So if you do have any questions about your child's disability, I should be able to answer that. And I can also do some diagnostic testing. Bynum and I are trying to work out a way that I can do that for our families if they did not want to do that through the public school. For Bynum, it would be Midland ISD that would do the testing. Um, the state and the federal law has gone back and forth every single year, and I have not read it this year. Sometimes your testing is done by your address. So if you lived in Odessa, it would have to be Odessa ISD. Other times it's the school district that the school is actually in, which is Midland. I moved here last year from East Texas, so this is very new to me. East Texas is green, has lots of lakes. We used to have a sailboat. So when we moved out here for my husband's job, the sailboat went bye-bye, and the lakes are very, very far away, and I don't see a lot of green. But that's okay. We bought a house with a beautiful backyard, which is a lot of what I've been doing during this shut-in that we have all been dealing with. I have 5 children, 2 that are still at home. They're high school age. When we moved here, we decided to do homeschooling with them, and they do online schooling and dual credit. It's been working out great for them. My older 3 are married. 2 are actually teachers, and 1 is a nurse. Let's see what else would you like to know. I've been working with your kids. Right when we left, I was starting to do assessments with them so I can really get to know them and know what they can do. Miss Paula right now knows much more than I do about what they can do. So if you need some individualized work, um, ask her some things that she can pull because we can still get inside the school. You can also ask me to pull some individualized things, and I will. What I'm doing right now is with lesson plans and with the videos, I'm just trying to do a very broad pre-K type curriculum, going with some of the standards that are out there for the state of Texas. So a lot of it is not individualized right now. And I know a lot of you are just in survival mode. You have kids at home, you're working from home, which is perfectly fine. Just do your best and try and keep a schedule if you can, like normal wake up time, normal breakfast time, normal lunch time, nap time, bedtime, that kind of thing. And one thing is if your child doesn't nap, what I used to do with my own kids, even my older kids when they all were at home, is we would have an hour of quiet time where they would go in and they would lay down. They could just look at books. I didn't let them on electronics. Look at books, and sometimes they would fall asleep and other times they wouldn't. That's a good thing to do to keep in their schedule, because at school we do have our nap time and some of your students don't sleep, so it is good to sort of keep them in that routine of having some downtime. If you have any questions for me, text me on Remind 101. You can FaceTime me or you can call me. Also, email if you need to, especially if you have any questions about lesson planning. Don't know when we'll be back in school. I was really looking forward to the summer, getting to take the kids out, getting to have some fun, discovering Midland because I live in Odessa. And my 2 teenage daughters were going to come up and go with us on swimming day because they love being around kids, and they've always been around my special needs students in the past. So do get in touch with me if you need me, and you can call me at any time. Thanks.